What up, everybody? We're back in here once again. It's another episode of Weekly Win Streak. It's your boy TP3 Bets coming to y'all live today. As always, I'm joined by none other than the man himself. What up, bro? How we doing today, my boy?
I'm just living life and let my mama tell it. I ain't living right. What's up, brother?
Man, we're doing all right today. Just been a long day. Not as productive as I typically like my days to do, but we're here now and I'm excited to be on the show with you. It's the best part of the day by far is hopping on this show and chopping it up and talking about games.
Fuck yeah.
Um, bro, what did you think about that game last night?
You know, it's just why my opinion is I take the favorite, I get backdoored. I take the backdoor, the square play hits. I don't know. There was not a bone in my body that didn't think Vegas was going to try to get right, that didn't think that was just a great spot on the Giants, even though it was disgusting. Like everything I saw, all the numbers, all the trends, everything I saw, all the data, I couldn't get off the Giants. I hadn't seen enough from Russell Wilson, except for what I saw last year, which was turnovers. He actually played really well. Only had one turnover, one fumble, but I'll tell you what, I can't even complain about that one wasn't fair because Vegas, the refs tried to give the Giants as many chances as they could. Like, they had so many chances to cover that game. They got a lot of calls in their favor. I don't know. Also, fuck the Steelers as a Browns fan. But what about you? What say you about the game?
I don't know, dude. I figured you were cheering for the Steelers last night. I'm just kidding.
Never in a million years, even with the shitty Browns, never will I cheer for the Steelers.
I mean, no lie, I really thought we were pretty cooked at first I really thought we were cooked when they kicked all those field goals at the beginning of the game. I've texted in our group chat. I was like, man, if you told me we're gonna have this many red zone trips, I would have probably it was the first 8 minutes. They had like six combined red zone trips. I was like, I would have put every dollar I have in my bank account on the over, and they ended up getting there though. That punt return was like us coming back from the dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then after that, it was just like the floodgates open, big play, boom, we hit the over easily. So honestly, the game went about how I thought it would. Like I said, the Giants secondary is horrible. I thought the Steelers offense would be a little bit more explosive. And I actually thought the Giants would, make the risky plays that can get you to the over in that type of game.
Yeah. Little hindsight remorse on not taking the over, but I was sitting there like fucking 3/4 of the way through the second quarter. I'm like, dude, the under was the play. And then all of a sudden, so I don't know. Shit happens. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, it's just like when you take a total that's that low, it just says that the game's just going to be gross. You know what I mean? And while that game was gross, I mean, it was definitely a gross game. Don't get me wrong, but while the game was gross, there's just so little room for error when the total's that low. You know what I mean? I think that's my favorite thing to do in football now is to bet the over in low total games as long as you don't have Big Ten teams playing, because Big Ten teams on offense are just retarded. I shouldn't say that word. I don't want to get us canceled. I almost pulled a bro there. Big Ten teams on offense just have no brain cells. It doesn't make any sense. Iowa overs, just no. I see how low the number is, and I'm just nope, can't do it.
Yep. Yeah, they suck. Their offensive game plans are all the same. Line up and run right into each other. It's like old school battles where they had those jousting sticks and fucking slingshots and stones.
Yeah, dude, it's just not even fun to watch. I can only watch the good teams in the Big Ten. You can't pay me to sit there and watch Rutgers play Nebraska. Deepak would come over here and put me in a chokehold for saying that, because Deepak watching Rutgers versus Nebraska is like the dude fucking beating his meat. But it's for me not so much. But then again, I also watch my garbage ACC play. Bro, have you taken a look at any of these football games for the upcoming weekend?
Only a few.
Oh, look at that. Every time I asked him that, he would say no, and this time we get a few. I like it.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you got to fucking make a move. Listen, I didn't really love what I saw out of Ole Miss. They looked like dead dogs. They looked like teachers on the last week of school right before vacation where they just say, fuck it. Yeah, extra recess. I don't give a shit. Fuck it. You want to watch a movie? I don't care. Just fucking get away from me. That's what they look like. Completely disinterested. And I think the Razorbacks at home against Ole Miss, live dogs. You heard it here first. Also, Ohio State's going to blow the brakes off Penn State with no Drew Aller. Yeah, they're fucked. So those are the two games that I've really taken a deep look at. But I wouldn't even say a deep look at, but just jotted them down. Just looked at them and said, hey, these are spots that I might like, because fuck Ole Miss, man. They can't cover for shit. What about you, T?
Yeah, so I agree with you. Like, Ole Miss didn't take that game seriously. Like, they looked like that they just were going through the motions and whatnot, because Oklahoma was doing nothing impressive on offense. It was just Jackson Arnold running for his life and sliding and running that was some of the worst football I think I've ever watched in general, sitting there watching that game. And I still feel like we should have covered with Ole Miss not caring. I don't know, bro. I feel like it was just Ole Miss in a spot they didn't really care about. I think they're actually going to get up to play here for this Arkansas game. They still have a big game coming up here with Georgia, but they're not completely out of the college football playoff picture yet. I don't know, man. I'm leaning Ole Miss and the over in that game. I marked them down on my list of interesting games. I got to see, though, if Trey Harris is going to play. Trey Harris didn't play in that game. He's their best wide receiver. I want to say he leads the nation in receptions. Let's see. Let's see here if they're going to have the actual stats on here. I was looking at articles to see if they had anything on him. I haven't seen any articles come on him yet, but dude, Trey Harris already has 59 catches this season. Think about how insane that is.
That through what, 6 weeks, 7 weeks?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. He has 59 catches.
Wow.
I didn't know he was out, truthfully, and that makes sense now why the line went down, because he was out. But if I had known he was out, I probably would have gone for 2 units on that one. But when Trey Harris is in there, Ole Miss is a juggernaut on offense, in my opinion. When you're missing a guy with that much production in your offense, it's tough to replace him,
No, I couldn't agree with you more. 100%. Yeah, that's like the Vikings without Justin Jefferson. That's you know what I'm saying? That's the catalyst of your offense. He is the offense. I guess I fibbed. I also like Indiana's a covering machine. I like Indiana against Michigan State. Michigan State is shite.
Yeah, the spread's 7.5 now, right?
Yeah, you know how I am. Public P, I'm buying down to 6.5, baby. Right here, right now.
I actually don't hate where your head's at there. Yeah, I'm probably going to pass on that game, but I actually do agree with you. I don't know, man. Yeah, you're probably right, honestly. I probably shouldn't jump in on that one. Dude, so I went through and marked all the games, and then I did a lot of thinking today. And you know what I thought about a lot heavily? I don't know if this will end up being a 1 or 2 unit play for me here, but I love Louisville plus 10.5 and their team total over 24.5 against Clemson. Think about this, bro. Think about who's Clemson played this season. Dude, you got to think about some of the ACC teams and how big of a joke their schedules actually are. Okay, so they lose 34-3 to Georgia. App State, garbage, 66-20. NC State, garbage, 59-35. Stanford, garbage, 40-14. Florida State, it pains me, but garbage, 29-13. Wake Forest, garbage, 49-14. Virginia, you know what, the ACC is so bad, so I'll say middle of the pack ACC. That's for the ACC. Now, if they're in any other conference, they're garbage.
Right.
48-31. While they have an extremely high-powered offense here, and Louisville's defense doesn't look that great, that's why I might just take the team total instead. I think Clemson has some problems on the defensive side of things. I think Louisville's a little more live in that game than people are giving them credit for. Louisville's battle-tested. Louisville played SMU, they played Miami, and they played Notre Dame. Those are probably the 3 best teams you can play as an ACC team so far, and they hung around in all 3 of those games. Now, Clemson, who hasn't played anybody except for Georgia, we're giving Clemson a pass for playing Georgia when they couldn't even get across the 50. How are we going to consider that as their one true test? They got dog-walked in that game. Louisville might be live.
That's actually a great point. Interesting.
Yeah, I saw it at first, and I was like, damn, I wish Clemson was -6.5 so I could nuke them. And then I sat there and thought about it again, and I was like, wait a second. I was like, what have I noticed? Because I wanted to take the over or take Clemson. I was like, think about it. I was like, Clemson's played a joke all season long, like we just said, and like Louisville's battle tested, So like I think
Yeah.
that actually Louisville might end up being the play there, and I don't think there's going to be much resistance. So I'm probably gonna let that number keep climbing. I bet you we can get 11.5 or 12 on game day.
Hey, I might be right there. Tail and T TP3. But so also, do you think the over is a live play there? I mean, I think both teams are going to score. No, you don't think Clemson's going to score?
Dude, I just don't like totals in the 60s, man. You know me. I like those
Oh,
low
fuck.
totals. It's just like at that total. What if they go for a couple fourth downs and don't get it 61.5, basically, with today's college football where they let the clock run down and stuff? Don't get me wrong. I would not advise anybody take the under in this game, but 61.5 is a lot of points. I'd rather just trust Louisville. I think a Louisville team total will end up being the play. I'd rather just trust them to give me 4 touchdowns.
Is that what the team total is? 27.5?
24.5.
Oh, fuck. So there's
I don't know. I've been in love with team totals lately, man. These team totals have been getting me right lately.
Yeah, maybe I need to delve into something. Maybe I need to delve into a little something else. And that's funny though, because we're going to talk NBA here, and I have a play that I kind of like, and I was going to get your insight on it. But we're going to get to that.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to that. Guys, we have 3 garbage college football games. Look, we're not even going to waste y'all's time talking about FIU and New Mexico State. Like, that's just a waste of our time to talk about. I'm going to be honest with y'all. If you're betting on this FIU game tonight, there's a number. I think it's 1-800-GAMBLER. No, I'm just fucking around. In all seriousness, if you have an edge in that game, play your edge. Don't listen to us. I don't know how it's possible to find an edge in that game, but there's always somebody who can. So if you are that person, kudos to you. I will not be talking about that game. Let's talk real quick here about this ULL and Texas State game. A lot of people are taking Louisiana Monroe here. The spread now is at or the Raging Cajuns. The spread now is Texas State -4.5. The total is 59.5. You like anything here?
I don't give a fuck about these schools, man. I really don't care. Like, no, I truly did not look at this game at all. I didn't look at this game at all.
Yeah, so if you look at ULL, they beat Wake Forest, which is not impressive. And then other than that, like Texas State, dude, Wake Forest's defense is terrible. I don't know if you remember not when that one Saturday when we took Clemson -20.5. I was like, Wake Forest bottom 15 defense. We're lining up the Brinks truck here. Clemson dog walks them. I mean, you look, man, at this team. ULL has ULL actually has a pretty good offense. The total's a little too high in my opinion, but you look at Texas State. Texas State's weaknesses here. The one thing they're not that great at on offense is running the football. UL is 127th against the rush. They're 18th in line yards. ULL's 98th. They're 15th in pass success. UL's 57th there. Texas State's 24th in havoc allowed. ULL's 119th in havoc. Finishing drives, Texas State hasn't been great where they're at 97th, but UL is at 107. They're driving down the field, and they're not able to put it in the end zone. Ultimately, I think at the end of the day that Texas State's going to come out here and win this game. It feels like everybody wants to take ULL here, and I think it's a donation. But I passed. Like I said, my reads have been horrible on weekday college football, so I'd rather just stick to where I've been winning, the NBA, the MLB, and the other football slate. You haven't missed the World Series yet, Andrew. We're about to get there in a second. We just said I lean Texas State. Bro said he didn't look at the game. I know Bro looked at this game, though. What do you think about Sam Houston -10 tonight against Louisiana Tech?
Listen, Louisiana Tech could not cover against the lowliest of lowly teams in the Conference USA. I took them first half and full game about a week ago. And or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, but either way, you know what? They just didn't do right by me. They didn't do the right thing. They did a nasty thing, as a matter of fact. Sam Houston is one of those teams, like when they're healthy, if their quarterback's healthy, which everything I've read is that he's ready to rock and roll. Guys, I like how their offense can control and dictate the game. They get on the field, they put up points, and for a team that doesn't necessarily thrive through the air, I think that's where Louisiana Tech is going to be kind of in the shiter. I think a lot of turnovers come their way, and I think I don't have a play in this game. These teams are shit. But if you have any play, it's got to be Sam Houston, in my opinion, -10. right? No? Maybe so? I don't know.
Yeah, I would probably take Sam Houston. I'm trying to look. I think Louisiana Tech's defensive metrics improved a little bit. Let's see here. I don't see them all the way down here as far as I thought they would be. Man, their defense has improved a little bit, but still, though, they're really bad against the run, and Sam Houston's probably going to run the football all over them. I think this game could get ugly pretty quick. Yeah, I think Louisiana Tech's just a bad football team. To be honest with y'all, I got no interest in betting on this game or watching it. I'd much rather just watch the NBA and, yeah, fuck these college football games. But I do agree with Bro on this one. I think Sam Houston State should come out here and be able to. I think Sam Houston State should be able to win this game by 17 to 20 points. So that's the only way I would look on that game. Let's talk about the World Series tonight, bro. We got the World Series tonight, then we'll do NBA next. Looks like the Dodgers are going bullpen game here. We got the Yankees throwing Luis Gil out here in this game tonight. What do you think about this game?
Well, part of me really, really wants to take the Yankees money line just because I can't, for the life of me, see the series ending in 4. But also, it just feels like at this point, there's no fight left in that dog. Like, they being down 3-0, that is, I don't think anyone's ever come back from that, right? 3-1, yes, but 3-0, no. So,
one team, not in the World Series, though. It was the Red Sox, remember?
Well, yeah, not a World Series, though, correct?
Yeah, nobody in the World Series.
But there's just something about it. For me, in my soul, I can just feel the narrative of, oh, here come the Yankees. Don't let us get one. They get one. Then they go back to LA. They get another one. Then we have a fucking series. I don't know, dude. For me, I kind of just want to take the over because it's fooled me now how many times? 2 times? Fool me 3 times. Fuck the peace sign. Load the chopper and let it rain on V. I don't think that's how it goes. But anyways, I could see the overhitting. But just because Luis Gil, he's hittable. The Dodgers are hitting everybody. And the Dodgers are also throwing like a guy I've legitimately never heard of. So what do you got here? I think I know what side you like, which is actually surprising. But what else do you got?
Yeah, man, it's over. Give me the Dodgers plus 121 on the money line. I mean, look, I don't care. You can tell me whatever numbers, stats you want. Luis Gil's pitched 1 game in this postseason. He did not pitch effectively in it. He's pitched 1 time in the last month. That was his only start he's had in over a month. That's not good for a pitcher. Now you're throwing him out here in a do-or-die situation. Sure, you're going to have all hands on deck. Go to your bullpen early. I think the Dodgers jump on him early and demoralize him. At the end of the day, you can say, oh, sports are rigged, this, that, and the other. Well, if they can rig away for the Yankees to get a hit, I'm all ears on how that's going to happen because I don't see that shit happening, man. The Yankees cannot hit the baseball at all. Aaron Judge hitting like $120. He's not even hitting his weight at this point in time. The bottom half of the lineup's not producing anything. It's basically just Soto and Verdugo, and the rest of the teams do. Actually, I don't even know who Verdugo is, but he hit the home run last night. Like, the Yankees just feel like they're demoralized. They can't hit the baseball. They've lost it. I think the Dodgers come out here and hop on them early, and the game's just going to be over with. Like, the Dodgers winning that first game of the series feel like they've just had that aura about them, and the Yankees have never been able to bounce back. I mean, last night they got their ass kicked from start to finish. Also, too, I want to say this about Giancarlo Stanton. I swear to you, I could beat Giancarlo in a foot race, dude. That motherfucker is so slow, bro. And him getting thrown out at home. First of all, I don't know how I was screaming. I was like, don't send him. And they still sent him. I watched him round that base and I was like, bro, he might as well just stop running and walk to the dugout. He's out. Like, he was so out.
Yeah, bro. His knees were screaming.
Dude, he doesn't run. Like, he was jogging around the bases. He can't run.
No, man. It's home run or nothing. Home run or nothing, and then get him off.
He moves around the bases just as fast when he gets a base hit as he does when he hits a home run.
Yeah. His home run trot is like his universal speed. It's like a golf cart. It's governed. That's as fast as it goes. Bro, so what about Dodgers team total over 3.5?
I love it. I think the Dodgers are going to hit the ball tonight. This is a small ballpark. I think they're going to hit some home runs in here. I think the Yankees are going home, man. I just don't see the path for the Yankees to figure this out. I mean, they can't hit. It'd be one thing if the Yankees were losing like high-scoring games or losing competitive games. I mean, outside of game 1, the last 2 games haven't even been competitive.
Yeah. What was the final score of game 1? 5-4.
You should know that because you hit the over. No, I think it was 5-3 because they had a grand slam. It was
I had
3-2.
8. It had to be 9. Had to be 5-4.
Yeah, it ended on a 9.
Okay,
No,
yeah, yeah.
it was more than that because Freddie had a grand slam and they were up by 1. So I think it was 5-3, 6-3. It was 6-3. That was the final score.
6-3. Okay.
Yeah, it was 3-2 in extra innings. Yes, that's exactly right because it was 2-2. Then they hit the sac fly off the wild pitch where they got the runner to third, and then yeah. That's exactly what it was.
Okay, I got it. So, dude, the more and more I'm thinking about this, the Dodgers have gone over 3.5 in all 3 games. Luis Gil is garbage. I mean, is there value in Dodgers over 3.5?
I think that over 3.5 can hit.
What is more likely in your mind to hit? The over 8 or team total over 3.5?
Team total over 3.5. I cannot trust the Dodgers or the Yankees offense to do anything.
That's fair. That's very fair. I don't know anything about this. Do you know anything about this Casper kid?
No, I don't really know much about him, to be honest.
Casper the Ghost takes the mound. Hey, Halloween themed. We love it. Casparius. So it's over. That's it. Dodgers take it home today.
Yeah, I hope the MLB season's over, man. There's too many sports going on. We got basketball now. We don't even need MLB anymore. I'm ready to call it a season. It's been a good season. It's been a profitable season. Let's close it out with a win here and call it a season, boys.
Yeah, I like that. Oh man, I'm just gonna have to look into it more. I gotta look into that Casper kid. I gotta see what's up with him. But their bullpen's been outstanding. The Dodgers bullpen's been outstanding. So it's like, fuck, man. A bullpen game's not even like a death sentence like it normally is for some teams, especially in the playoffs. But okay. So we talk World Series. We talk the dog shit college football games. Guys, go to the SoBet. It's normally right there. You know where it's at. Go to SoBet. You can go to there it is. Appears. Go to the link in the bio. Use the sign-up code TP3. Get in there. All the plays. Over 60 other experts are live. And also, in 2 days, well, 30, 31st, so 3 days, it's going up to $15 for the base subscription. And I got further clarification on this. It's because of Apple. It's not even because of SoBet. Apple wants their money, and they don't want people to have to pay more and get price gouged. They're not get their full cut through the App Store. Or we say, no, go around it, and you can do 10. Apple wants their money. If they're going to allow our app to be on the App Store, they want it to all be the same playing field, and they want them to pay the 15 and get their share. So that's the reason. But if you subscribe before the 1st of November, you're going to be grandfathered in. Kind of like those old Verizon plans where everyone else is paying like $150 and you were still on that 25 and you were like, man, this shit sweet. Make sure you're there. Make sure you're there. Lock in. Sign up code TP3. Lock in. Okay, so now all that we have left is NBA. And I truly expected a huge NBA slate. And then I go over to the NBA, my DraftKings, and I see 4 fucking games. So what in Sam's hell is this? Or maybe it's 5 games, but still, no games. What's going on, T? What's your favorite game out here?
Man, my favorite play tonight. I'm not going to go to my favorite game because I know you got to play in that one, so I'll let you do that one. I'll give out a play, though, in this game that Groovy Caps is talking about here. For me, for my favorite for this play tonight, we're going to go to this Mavs game. Interesting play on PJ Washington to score the first basket. So first of all, when I look at this spread in this game, while do I think that Memphis or Minnesota is in a revenge spot and Mavs are on a back-to-back? Yes, but like, why is the spread 5 here? That's fucking ridiculous in my opinion. Dallas is better than Minnesota. Like, they proved it. They dog walked them in the playoffs. I can't fathom this spread. I will not be playing this game on the side. But what I can fathom is Kyrie Irving to go over 29.5 points, rebounds, and assists. First order of business is first here, guys. You look at Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving has been a PRA wagon, actually. Let me pull my notes up right now for y'all to give y'all the notes on this game. So, Kyrie Irving has been a PRA wagon. Kyrie Irving is over in 93% of his games when Luka, Gafford, and PJ were all on the team with him. He's over in 27 of his last 30 games, and he's over in 11 of his last 12 games on zero rest, where he's getting 30-plus minutes since joining Dallas. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Give me Kyrie Irving over 29.5 PRA.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. And live bet Minnesota when Dallas is up at halftime.
I like that idea.
Yeah, I don't hate. I mean, on the spread, I could see. I honestly could see Dallas winning this game straight up. I mean, you saw them win a few games in Minnesota when Minnesota was fully healthy. Now they have they're still trying to find their synergy. Like Dallas doesn't have new key pieces that they're trying to work into an offense right now. It's the same team, and I think you see those teams right now are excelling. Like for example, Boston. Obviously, they just got upset. That was fucking fluky. But the Cavs, 4-0. No new players at all. 4-0. And I can't believe the Cavs are 4-0. Holy fuck. But I think we see – I actually like the Mavericks today. That's one of the games I was looking at. But it always scares me when I am scrolling through SoBet and I see every single fucking capper on the same play and everyone is on Mavericks plus 4.5 or plus 5.
Really?
Yeah. So it makes me wonder if maybe I don't want to do team total or a first half or something. I don't like that.
I figured everyone would be on the Timberwolves with the playoff revenge.
No, yeah. A lot of people are on the Mavericks, but more and more I think about it, I mean, the Mavericks are physical down low now. And I think Minnesota is soft as fuck, dude. They are the softest team. Well, no, the Suns are the softest team in the NBA, then Minnesota. I'm gonna look into that. But Kyrie going over essentially 30 PRA or getting at least 30 PRA is a fucking lock ski. I love that a lot. And what do you know off the top of your head, or do you have this information available? What percentage of that is points? How many points per game is he averaging? 17 and a half right now or some shit like that?
Let's see. Kyrie Irving is currently averaging this season 20 points per game.
So I saw that the Mavericks are 10-0 in their last 10 when Kyrie scores more than 20.
Interesting.
We may have connected the dots here, T. This might be a team collaborative effort here. I'm going to look into something that might be a play. I think I'm going to go Mavericks plus the points. But we move to actually first question I wanted to ask you. This is something I wrote down. Which team so far are you most surprised in? Both positive and negative. So most surprised in, most disappointed in.
Most surprised, I'll say the Lakers, just because I didn't expect the Lakers to be sitting here 3-1 right now, although I do think regression's coming, but I was surprised by how well they started the season off. Then most disappointed in, actually, no, I'm going to change that. Most surprised team is Boston. I knew Boston was good, but I didn't think they were, I don't know. For some reason, I just forgot they were this much better than everyone else. And I'm not going to lie, yesterday I was this close to hitting the submit button on Milwaukee. Then I had an epiphany and I was like, why the fuck am I going to get in front of this wagon that is the Boston Celtics? And thank God I didn't, because I would have lost by 2 points and been pissed. Team I'm most disappointed in is, probably the Nuggets, honestly. I mean, they're 2-1 right now, but I mean, they played like shit against everybody they played against. They had to beat the Raptors in overtime yesterday. The Raptors suck. I think the Nuggets are by far the most disappointing team. I'll give the Sixers a little bit of a pass because they don't have Embiid and Paul George, 2 All-Stars. So, yeah.
Interesting. I actually have the Nuggets as my biggest disappointment as well. I'm actually most surprised in the Cavs. I thought they were going to get dog walked by the Knicks, and they ended up winning. Now, that's because Jalen Brunson got hurt, but Counts as a W in the column there. Counts as a W in the win column. All right. So we move on. Do you have any other plays that you want to give the folks?
Um,
Or any other games that you want to talk about? I have one play, but
I'll talk about the other games. I'm not going to give out any other plays.
it's fair. Okay, let's move to. We're actually going to talk about the Nuggets. Now, some people may not like this, but I'm here to say there's some data that leads me to believe this is a solid play. I'm looking Denver, and I'm looking at the total under in this game for a couple of different reasons. One, Denver is their pace of play is slowest in the NBA. They love to get it down, just kind of mope into the fucking post there, and kind of I feel like they take the most last shot clock shots than any other team. Actually, the Cavs last year, but now it's the Nuggets. Watching their game the other day, I'm like, dude, you guys not realize you got 3 seconds left? You got to get a damn shot up. But also, both of these teams are in the top 15 in opponent scoring allowed, but they're also in the bottom third in points per game. So they have good defense. They don't score very well. I'm taking the under. I bought a basket, so we're at 220. But I like the under. I like Nuggets Nets under 220. I think we see a slugfest. Also, the Nets are out. Simmons, they're out. There's another player that's pretty important that they're out, and for whatever reason, it's just right off the top of my mind. But they're out a bunch of players.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's a tough spot for Denver, man. They're on a back-to-back off an overtime game, which is not a good spot for anybody. Yeah, I think that this is a bad spot for sure for Denver. I could see the Nets beating them in this game. I do have a play in this game, but it's over on SoBet. We have 2 other games. Me and Bro talked about this one. I don't have a play in it, but I think this game's pretty interesting here. The Pelicans and the Warriors. See Groovy Caps is talking about it over there. Look, I mean, I don't see how the Pelicans don't cover here. I feel like NBA sides have been very sketchy lately. There's no Curry. There's no DeAnthony Melton either. So they're going to be down both their point guards. I mean, you got to think the Pelicans can get it done. To be honest with y'all, my first thought in this game was the over. Because like I told y'all about Pelicans overs, I think they're going to be an over wagon. Wow, Andrew Wiggins is out too. I thought the Pelicans would be an over wagon, but at the same time, there's a lot of offensive firepower missing for the Warriors, so I'll pass, but I think the total is way too low for a team that doesn't play a center. But then you look on the other side of things at Golden State. Draymond is probably going to be playing point guard in this game. Draymond's assist prop is only 5.5. I think Draymond over 5.5 assists might be a pretty decent look here. And then the other one we said we liked when we were talking in the green room is Trace Jackson Davis. Well, at least I said I like possibly Trace Jackson Davis over rebounds. It's plus 100 for him over 6.5 rebounds. He grabbed 9 against Utah, and then he grabbed 1 against the Clippers. I think this might be a big rebound spot for him against a team that's going to be playing smaller.
I like that. So with no Wiggins, no Curry, no Melton, obviously no Klay Thompson, and the Pelicans basically at full strength.
No, the Pelicans don't have DeJounte Murray. He broke his hand.
Well, yeah, you're right. Pelicans almost have to be the play here, though, don't they? I mean, with Zion, with Ingram.
You would think it's definitely the Pelicans here. I've just watched way too many NBA games over the past couple seasons. For whatever reason, teams don't try when all the players are out on the other team. I'm not willing to sit here, just stay up till after midnight to watch the Pelicans. Watch the Pelicans cost me some coin at 1 o'clock in the morning to the Warriors without 3 of their best players, or without 2 of their best players in their backup point guard. That'll just make me so angry. So I'm not touching this game.
Yeah, it almost feels like they're trying to make you take the Pelicans. Like, oh, they're not out there. You just have them. It's such an easy money line play. It's right there for you.
I mean, the Pelicans did play like shit both games against the Blazers, and the Blazers are horrible. They played good in that Bulls game, but that was with DeJounte Murray. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It feels like we're missing something here. I haven't heard anybody all day today not like the Pelicans. I haven't seen anybody on planet Earth take the Warriors today. That's all I'm going to say. At the same time, I'm not saying sports betting's rigged, but I'm also saying it's not that easy to win. Exactly. David makes a great point. Why is the line only 1.5? Doesn't it feel like the Pelicans should be like minus like 5.5 here? Like,
Yeah.
it feels like we're missing something. And I think it could be the Pelicans just played like shit both games without DeJounte Murray. You look right now, I think this is the most wagered on game in Vegas. Right now, we're seeing 77% of the bets on the Pelicans spread, 73% on the Pelicans money line. And then, yeah, this is the most bet on game right now. And bet Buddy Hield to have a great game. I don't know, bro. Prop-wise, I would rather go with Draymond assists, Trace Jackson Davis rebounds, and Kuminga over points. Kuminga hadn't sniffed 20 points yet this season, and his props 19.5. It feels like they're telling you Kuminga's about to go crazy here.
Yeah, the more and more I'm thinking about it, I like either Kuminga points or Kuminga points, rebounds, and assists. I was looking at some of his PRAs last year. Like, he hit 27.
Yeah.
His line's 27.5. He hit 27 last year against the Pelicans with Steph, with Clay, with all those boys. Why can't he hit it when he's going to be the like the center? You know what I'm saying? Like the centerpiece of the offense. Do you like that, T? You like PRA over 27.5, Kuminga?
I like his points more. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like he's not a stat sheet stuffer like that. And I feel like he's going to look for a shot a little bit more. Pelicans are weak inside. I could see him getting the rack a lot. So I think I like that look a little bit more. But honestly, I want to watch how this Warriors team looks because they're probably going to be down these guys again later on this week. And I want to see how they look in this game and then figure out who's going to be my prop play for the next, because they play each other again tomorrow. So I'm trying to figure out who the prop's going to be tomorrow. But I could actually see Wiggins suiting up tomorrow. So it would be Wiggins props if he suits up tomorrow.
Interesting. Yeah, I might really like Kuminga over points. You're right, dude. They're definitely telling you something. Yeah. And I'm willing to pay the juice. You know me. I'm in the juice. I live in the juice.
Love it.
So, I forgot. The Cavs play the Lakers tomorrow. That's going to be sick.
Where's that game?
It's in Cleveland.
Oh, shit.
It would be so sick to go, but the tickets are expensive as fuck. Like ridiculous. But do you have any plays or any lean in the Kings Jazz game?
I got to play on SoBet in that game. I would actually lean the Jazz +7. The Jazz have sucked so far this season. They've played awful in the first halves, especially. But, I mean, at some point, the Jazz have to put their foot down and win a basketball game. We saw the Wizards get off the schneid yesterday. All these teams that haven't won a game yet, I'm telling y'all, man, y'all don't want to be betting against the teams that haven't won a game yet this season. These teams need it like blood. The Kings got a much-needed win yesterday. The Nuggets got a much-needed win yesterday. I think the Jazz, it's their turn to get a much-needed win. I could only look towards the Jazz +7. The Jazz were a wagon at home last year against the spread. They did lose Taylor Hendricks for the season, I believe, yesterday. So that might actually make them better if they lost Taylor Hendricks because he was starting and he sucks. So I think that could actually make them a little bit better.
Yeah. I have a problem trusting this team. Like, I have a hard time trusting the Jazz because they have a C-list star. Like, Markkanen is like, he's their best player, and it's just like completely impossible to trust him in and out daily.
I don't know. I like Markkanen. I think he's a dog.
That boy. Anybody, I guess. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so Utah, he's got to play over on SoBet for the Utah Kings game. To be honest with you, I like Sabonis again. I like Sabonis. Sabonis is a beast, but I'm going to learn from my mistakes. I think I would just take over his rebounds. Like, the Jazz are weak as fuck down low. They have Markkanen, they have Walker Kessler, they have all those fucking weak ass fucks. I kind of like my boy, dude. I like DeMontis, man. That boy goes after it. He gets after it. He plays hard. I like people that play hard and give effort.
Yeah, I think Sabonis could go crazy inside. Groovy Caps. The only thing I'll say back to this is two things. One, Titans played the best team in the NFL, a.k.a. the Detroit Lions, and it's safe to say the Kings are not the best team in the NBA. Second thing I will say is the NBA is an 82 game season. It's just like in the MLB season. When you hadn't won a game yet, you have a lot more pressure to get that first win under your belt rather than the NFL is a much shorter season. But even still in the NFL, you see teams don't usually go winless that long unless they truly are the worst team in the league. I think there's a couple teams a lot worse than the Jazz.
Yeah, I could agree.
Like even the White Sox won. I think the White Sox won like one of their first 3 games, and then they proceeded to lose like 20 games in a row.
Yeah, against the fucking Guardians. Unreal.
I don't know why that was so funny. But all right, guys. Bro, you got anything else for this show? I need to bounce to dinner here soon.
Oh, dude. Get on to dinner. Hold on. What you have to tell me where you're going and what you're getting.
Nah, I'm just going to my parents' house to eat dinner, and they better be cooking some fucking steaks is all I gotta say. Is if I gotta go sit in this traffic, man.
Bangarang. All right. Well, shit, guys. Can't thank you enough for stopping in. 40 minutes in. For all that you did, for all of you guys that were sharing in the comments and that continue to support us every day, means the world to us. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube to both TP3's and myself's YouTube, and turn on notifications. That's where this airs organically, and then it's obviously siphoned to other sectors. But if you want the notification that we're live the second we go live, just subscribe to our YouTubes. If you want all the plays, TP3 has a couple close to chest. Guys, I only capped a few games in the slate. Was golfing earlier today, so we're getting into capping now. If you want the plays, so bad. Links in the bio. Sign up codes TP3. Lock the fuck in and have a great, what is today? Tuesday? Have a great Tuesday.
Yeah, guys, whatever you do, let's get this fucking money tonight. Also, one last thing I want to say is I swear, dude, whenever we do this show and there's less games on, we talk for way longer because we think we can just talk about random shit and we get way more sidetracked. Like, I think